farther and farther, conservatives get more and more support, progressives get less and less support, and then hey, it turns out those conservatives didn't actually care about workers' rights.
That's only true, Vosh, if you believe that the so-called conservatives you're talking about, but let me just say you're thinking of Ted Cruz and the oil lobby and all those fucking people. You think they're more mighty than the people, is your problem. You don't trust the people. You keep going back using the example of Germany, when in the case of Germany, that's not how it fucking played out. The Nazis won Germany because of the deficiencies of the communists. Not because the communists were communists, but because they had shortcomings as communists. In terms of what they were offering, in terms of how they related to the Germans. They had shortcomings. They didn't have any notion of the peasants. They didn't have any notion of that. They only understood the urban proletariat. The Nazis were able to bypass them because of that. The only thing that can take down the establishment is the peasants, the people. Because the communists did not address the German peasants because they thought Germany was an advanced country with no peasants, the Nazis, the minute the establishment put its chess move siding with the Nazis, the communists had nothing to back it up. The only countervailing force to the establishment is the people. That's the element missing in the equation of what happened in Germany. That you're conveniently bypassing.
It's my dude. Wow, that's crazy. That's amazing.
He's fear-mongering about the camps. But it wasn't enough to you that there was death squads in South America. Wasn't enough to you that fascism already won and was the hired thug of American imperialism. But that wasn't enough for you, Vosh. It's not enough for you. At what point is it enough? I want to tell you what these cucks have in store for you. You, the audience. What people like Vosh have in store for you. They want you to be whipped and degraded. They want you to be down and beaten and raped. And it's going to keep getting worse and worse. And every single time it gets worse, they're going to tell you, this is the best of all worlds. It's either this or it's the camps. This is how these cucks think. Because at one point, you put your fucking foot on the ground, you draw your line in the sand, and you say, I've had enough. I don't care about speculating about the risks of it getting worse. It's the worst now.
And all the progressive rights that we ended up dropping advocacy for, well, that's having consequences down the road too. For quite a few people. Yeah, if you can believe it. This trick worked on the population of Germany, by the way.
No one fucking did it, Vosh. Debate me about Germany. You know shit about what fucking happened in Germany.
A huge part of the Nazis' early support came from them disingenuously promising worker rights and then yoinking them back away the nanosecond they got power.
Okay, and why did that happen? Was it because the communists weren't allying with the fucking establishment? Well, they did that in France, and how did that fucking turn out? Nobody mentions France. Why didn't you mention France, Vosh? The communists did what you're saying in France. And they got rolled over.